least you survived, so, like, could be worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could be in a burning building with the spider mob.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be immediately fun. Let's see. What is... Let me just check that we're live. And if we're all good here, which I think we might just be, yeah, then I think we can start.
Ooh.
Row? What's wrong with Row? Is that the wrong place for a pitch? Sancho was wrong.
I don't know why my stuff does that where it thinks I want to listen to the ads and it auto unmutes it. That's no good. Let's see. Okay, so yeah. I think that last time we were in a... Yeah, you were in the bazaar that the a chimera got loose. It pounced up and savagely mauled Soren, and the poor creature was scared, angry, aggressive. Did it escape, or did it just, or was it defeated?
I think it escaped.
It was flying away pretty messed up. I know Drew had expressed some interest in trying to shoot a crossbow at it.
I could probably take a shot at it myself.
Yeah, it was. I think I got one last chaos bolt at it before it got to the door, but it was still moving.
Okay. So, let's say that, you know, once the dust settles and the fight is over, everything is quiet for almost a minute. And you start to see, you know, the place hadn't been evacuated, and you start to notice like little heads starting to poke out from behind stalls, and they 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 don't seem happy with what has gone on. They seem very upset, and you can see you can hear like their throats are clicking, and that they're yelling at you kind of in a language you don't understand. One of them's like gesturing wildly to all of his goods that are on fire.
I, I was gonna ask about that fire. How's that fire doing?
Oh, it's spreading. The building's made of stone, so it's not too big an issue, but it's not good by any means.
Right. I seem to remember the interior was like 80% web.
Mm-hmm. And at the other end of the bazaar's like large hallway, near the fringes and sort of by the exit way, you can see that there's this hooded figure in sort of a heavy cerulean cloak, and he's standing by the chimera's cage, and he's starting to make his way out of the bazaar. So you have a chimera flying off in one direction and this hooded figure leaving in the other.
Like right next to the cage.
Yeah, he was right next to the cage.
I think we follow the hooded figure.
Oh yeah, I'm yelling.
The chimera didn't go all that great, and it's also like we did enough damage.
I'm running in his direction. I'm just yelling at the spider people. I'm like, who is that? Do any of you know who that is? Right by the chimera cage. Look, I mean, someone else to blame for all these problems other than us.
Mostly you're just getting assorted screw yous in varying languages. Some are hissing at you, some are throwing like little burnt things at you. You don't seem to be getting any real answers as to who this man is, and now that he sees you following him, he's starting to move faster, and he picks up into a run and tries to escape the building.
Yeah, I'm running after him.
Okay.
I guess I'm following Soren.
Okay. So
I'm just in my head. I'm just looking for someone else to take the fall for this.
yeah. So you both sort of run off into the alleyways of this strange city that neither of you are really familiar with.
Yeah.
So the issue you face is, as I described before, it's a very purpley city, and that's not bad in and of itself. The issue here is that it's very foggy, that it's, there's a deep purple haze over the entire place, and that this man is moving fast. He is pushing over carts, he's doing whatever he has to do to get away. So, it's going to be difficult to pursue him if that's what you choose to do.
Yeah, I guess we choose to do that because we have questions.
Okay. So let's see. He's running as fast as he can. How do you pursue him, though? Like, what's your tricks?
I think Ray will try to take to the rooftops just to keep an eye on him, like some ranger parkour stuff.
Okay. Yeah, give me a quick athletics to clamber up on top of the roofways.
Alright. That is a 17.
Okay. So yeah, you find a nice big wooden beam you can quickly shimmy up, and you're walking across the awnings and stuff of the first floors of these buildings. I also want Soren to give me an acrobatics check because this guy's, turning over all the carts that he sees, and, Soren, you gotta make sure you ain't tripping over that as he, tries to encumber you as he goes along.
Well, that was a 4 that I rolled, but I add 6, so 10?
Okay, so you're following behind quickly. You sort of get caught up in, the heavy wood and can't quite jump right over one, kind of like a runner athlete does. And so you fall behind for a moment, but Rayrel, you're quite on his heels.
Awesome.
So he sees you, and he sort of reaches into his back pocket, or behind his cloak, and sort of throws something in your direction. And
Okay.
with a sudden burst, you can hear these small firecracker explosions going off around you. And I'd like you to make a quick dexterity save for this.
Okay. Let's see. 26.
Okay, so you in the explosions, you see that coming a mile away. You know this kind of trick. Thieves do it all the time. And you jump right onto the next roof over. Just right over the poppings. It surprises a lot of the people nearby who are now forming a sort of path for both of you because they don't want to get involved in this. And
That's fair.
Yeah, and so you definitely get out of the way of that. And he makes a quick sharp turn and another, and eventually he takes a turn down one very big obvious alleyway, but by the time you have turned around and gotten into the alleyway, he's gone. Yet there's no way he could have gotten out. It is a complete dead end with roofs over the area as well, so he couldn't have shimmied over.
I'm going to look for a secret entrance.
Okay. So there's, a large crate strewn about. There's deeply cracked masonry. There's pipes. Where do you start searching? And Soren, you've caught up by now.
I think I'm going to start with the pipes.
Mm-hmm.
Because maybe there's like a lever.
Okay.
Or something.
Okay, so what's a good check for that? Investigate, perception.
I think investigate.
I'll let you choose. You can pick this one. Whichever you think is more applicable.
I mean, my perception's a lot better, but if I'm deliberately looking for something, I think it's more of an investigation.
Okay. Then yeah, let's go with that then.
That is a 7.
Okay, so your search on the pipes yields nothing but calcium buildup.
All Soren can think to do is he's just waving his arms in front of himself and trying to like sweep through the alley and just see if he hits anything invisible or unseen, and touching things to make sure that like nothing's like seems illusory. I'm looking more like for arcane ways that he's hiding himself instead of like mechanical.
Okay. Let's see. Is there a specifically arcane check? They had that in 4th edition. I don't know if there's one of them now, though.
There's an arcana check.
Okay, yeah, let's use that then.
Okay. I'm not good at that. You would think I am.
You would think, but it's a lot of improv.
That's a 3 and a -1, so that's a 2.
Okay, so swiping your hands about, it's a very... It's not a very graceful process, and so you really don't find much of anything. You hit your hand on a wall once, and that kind of hurts. That's about it. Yeah, he just completely vanished. It's kind of impressive, really. He'd make a good magician.
Can I check the cracked masonry?
Yeah, go ahead. How do you check it?
I'm investigating, like seeing if there's like a pressure plate or something.
Okay.
That could activate a doorway, and that would be an 18.
Mm-hmm. So you sort of put your hand on one of the cracks, and there isn't really a pressure way. More, you kind of slip right through the crack. Like, it's not even that hard to slip through it. Once you put your hand on it, it's almost as though it opens up wider than it is. It's very... It's like water parting ways for you.
I go to Sword and he's like, I found the entrance.
Well, that's a weird entrance, but
we're in a weird place.
Yes, maybe that's normal for here. Maybe that's what doors are.
Should we head in?
I think so. It's before we head in. Can I just kind of listen or peek behind our shoulders and see if I hear like, is there like an angry chittering mob of spider people trying to find us now?
I mean,
like, does it seem like we're being pursued?
This place doesn't really have a formal guard, as it were, so it's not like they're gonna send the fuzz after you.
No, but I mean, we ran from that building. They could potentially spider run after us.
They're not exactly the most athletic sort, and so I don't think they sent anything too much after you.
Got it. All right.
All right.
Into the hole.
Into the hole we go.
So the sort of chamber before you it looks pretty rough cut. Like there is a large nail sort of jammed into the other side of this brick wall, and then a long black rope that just sort of descends into you don't even know where. It's too dark to tell.
Even with my dark vision?
Yeah, even for your dark vision, I would say, because this whole place has a heavy mist over it, and so with that, it kind of even obscures like that kind of vision as well.
Huh.
Because vision can be great, but can't see through fog.
Yeah. All right, looks like we're going down.
Yep. I guess so. It's why the. Do you think he was letting the chimera? Do you think he's the one that let that thing out, or do you think he was just like looking into things? I'm kind of asking while we're climbing down, not stopping to have a conversation about it.
I don't know, but it seems pretty suspicious, and I'm not really excited about the whole like job we picked up. I know we're desperate for cash.
No, I was gonna say before the chimera came out, we really just kind of launched into things with the first bartender we talked to.
Yeah.
Maybe just forget about this and pick a different bar and start over on this planet.
We can try. I mean, we kind of set the bazaar on fire.
Yes, I mean, a chimera set the bar on fire, and thanks to us, they only have to repair their bazaar and not replace it entirely. Also,
True.
all those webs must have been a fire hazard. I don't know who does their building code, but there were some definite issues there to begin with.
True.
Also, I didn't see what happened with the unicorn.
I think it ran off. I was thinking about, like, putting a bid in.
Yeah, who has unicorns just to auction? This
Right?
is a weird place.
So, as you kind of descend, the entire cave architecture is very foreign to you. It looks like the surface of the moon, or like a piece of like heavily Swissed and hulled cheese, and the entire place is sort of a dark purple, and there is this heavy misty fog that just hangs about the entire place, and it's incredibly dark, and even for you, Rayrel, you have trouble seeing. And as you get to the bottom of the cave, there's sort of there's a wall that has written into it a phrase in a language neither of you are quite familiar with. But there's a lot of underlines, and there's a little skull at the end of the writing. So that much you can make out.
Awesome.
Yes.
So, let's see. Do I have a torch? I do. I'm going to light up one of my torches, so hopefully we can see a little better.
Okay. Yeah, it lights up a little bit.
Alright. I think we proceed with caution. I mean, we might be on an alien planet, but the skull, I think, is fairly universal.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yep, I think we could give it a little bit longer in here before we just abandon this project, but I would say we hold on to that as an option, depending on how many more skull symbols we start to see.
I think, let's say the maximum of 3 skull symbols, and then we turn back.
Right, like it's a rating system. This is just like one skull out of who knows how many.
Right. So if we continue to see warnings, we should turn back, because I'm not doing all that hot.
No, I got, I'm pretty bitten and singed.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was not, that was not a good experience for me.
No. So, as we make our way down like this dark cave hallway thing, I'm just gonna like keep my eyes and ears open, just like carefully, like keep watch as we progress.
So
Yeah, I think if Rayrel is like leading the way and trying to find us a less dangerous path through, I'm kind of keeping an eye out on any walls that we're passing by, just keeping an eye out for any like side passages or places that like some mysterious guy in a blue cloak could be hiding to ambush us.
and you sort of wander around in here, and you know, time passes, and you don't find anything. You've just sort of gotten yourself sort of deeply lost in this sort of alien cave, and there's no real discernible way through it. You keep wandering though, and eventually you don't find anything in particular of particular interest. You do, however, find your way back to the carving at the front of the cave, and back to the black rope that leads outside.
So this is back to the skull that we saw and like the underlines.
Yeah, basically, you walked in a big circle, and you're not quite sure how.
I think this is some magic shit that we're not equipped to deal with.
No, I agree. Yeah, forget the bazaar and forget this guy. Let's go. Let's find something else to do on this planet.
Yeah,
Preferably with less chimeras.
always less chimeras.
Well, I mean, that one debt vendor died. He was, to be honest, he was the one I jumped into the fight to try and see if we could earn some goodwill protecting him, but the chimera had chumped him up pretty good from the start.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if he's dead, that at least buys... I would think that even if his debts pass on to somebody else in their spider culture, that may buy our bartender friend at least the week that he needs to get the money together. So maybe mission successful and we get paid by him.
Maybe we return in a week and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, so I think that's our option, is do we go back to the King's Volley and check in with Hurst and say, hey, you've got some time now, or do we just abandon that bar and then just find somewhere new?
Maybe we should at least go inform him, and like he probably has a better idea of what's going on or how that place works than we do. So maybe to give him a heads up, it's like, hey, he's dead. We don't know what that means.
Yes, I'm curious. I feel
We did not kill him.
no. I feel like he was hanging. I feel like he was holding out on us the first time that we met him, in terms of sending us right into the middle of whatever the hell all that was.
Yeah.
Before the Chimera showed up, whatever the hell that place was.
Yeah, that could have gotten real bad, and I'm glad it didn't. Alright, I guess we'll go back and let him know what's up.
So, you're gonna make your way out of the cave?
Yeah.
Okay, so which one of you's going first?
I mean, if we're climbing out, I can go first. I think Rayrel was leading the way downstairs just because she's better at navigating
Yeah.
than I am.
All right.
If we've kind of accepted defeat and are climbing up, I don't think it matters as much who's in front.
So you sort of pull on the rope, and you don't seem to be able to put your weight on it. And after a few seconds, you see the other end of the rope, the one that was tied to the big nail at the top, sort of fall down into the cave and fall down to your feet, Soren. And the line has been unceremoniously cut.
That bastard!
How high up is this?
I would say it's about an 120-foot climb.
Damn it.
I mean, we can tie the rope to one of my arrows, and I can just shoot it up.
Right. If we can... Let's try that.
Okay. So I'm gonna take the rope and like tie it to one of my arrows, and then just aim it upward.
Rayrell, I'm very sorry to do this to you, but your bow does not fire arrows. Do you have any on you?
My bow doesn't fire arrows?
No, remember it's a fire bow.
Oh, yeah, I think I still have arrows from like my last bow.
Okay.
Right, I forgot I have a magical bow now.
I'm sorry. I just found that very funny, and I don't know why.
I think Briro will just keep arrows on her out of habit. Like
That's
she
fair.
literally just got this bow like within the past couple days.
Mm.
And you never know when you enter like a no magic zone. Like
Mm-hmm.
just to
That's
have
fair
a melee weapon. Alright, so she just shoots an arrow up and out.
Okay, so it fires upwards, and I... Is there some sort of check for marksmanship? Is there something like that? Let's do dexterity, that's easier.
Okay. Dex check. I can do. Oh, that is a 9. Bad dice. Rolling 2s. What is wrong with you?
So yeah, I would say that you fire it upwards and it flies off into the unknown. You hear it clink against something, and then the arrow falls back down to your feet.
I can try again.
Important question. Is Drew down here with us and just being very silent, or did he kind of fall behind in the chase?
I would say he fell behind in the chase.
Okay.
That makes sense.
If we can... I can't teleport us all the way up, but if we can climb up the wall a bit, I can teleport us the rest of the way.
Oh, with your thunder step?
Yeah, I don't have... I'm getting pretty magically tapped, but I think I've got one more jump in me at least.
I mean, I can try shooting it again, and if that doesn't work,
Yeah, we can give it a shot.
yeah.
While Rayrell is attempting that, can I just keep... I'm not sure what kind of trap we might have been led into, so I'm going to just put my back to the hole we're trying to get out of and just listen and look for anything that might be coming our way down here.
Okay.
That we've been lucky enough to avoid so far.
Okay, so you're just listening for creatures that might be in the cave?
Yes.
Okay. So you put your ear outwards, and, very faintly you can hear things, but this has to be at least a mile away, whatever it is. I don't think you make out anything particularly concerning now.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Did you want me to do another dex check to shoot the arrow back up?
Yeah, and I would say you get a +2 this time because you've learned a little bit from last time.
Okay. Oh, okay. So that'd be a 26.
Okay. So you fire upwards, and you definitely hear it wedge into something for a moment. So I think you might be good for now.
Awesome. Alright. I give the rope a gentle tug, and I'm like, okay, let's get moving.
And when you give the gentle tug, you can hear the arrow come out, and it falls back down again.
God damn it.
Unfortunately, there isn't really any surface up there that you can think to grab purchase into. The rock is unyielding, and the rest of it is metal or stonework, which is even more so. While you have a strong bow, it's not strong enough to pierce stone.
Yeah. Looks like we gotta climb up a bit.
Let's give it a shot.
Yep.
I mean, the hole you climb down, it's about the size of a small, like, vertical hallway. So it's not, terribly, terribly wide. So climbing isn't too difficult. The rocks are sharp, though, so it doesn't seem like a fun prospect.
No. I mean, we gotta get out of here, so I guess we're climbing.
Okay, so... God, I've been using this one a lot this game. Let's do athletics once more. And...
Okay.
Are you helping each other with this, or are you both doing your own thing upwards?
I mean, we could help each other. I have a +5 to my athletics.
I have a +0.
Okay, so
no real climbing equipment to speak of.
So I guess I'll just roll with advantage. Right? All right. Okay, so that is a 17.
Okay. And so, with the 17, you sort of put your backs to one another and work together, sort of shambling your way up the very craggy rock wall. I would say that once you're back up to the top, you kind of both need to take a moment to breathe, because 120 feet is not a short distance to climb, and it was not an easy scale at all. But you're both back up to the alleyway that you found before.
Well, that was fruitless.
Yes, that was a waste of time and an absolute pain. This planet kind of sucks.
It does. We still have to look for like signs of rituals and stuff.
Yeah, I don't even know what that would look like in this place, but first impressions, first day is not good. Not favorable.
I mean, they probably think the same of us because we kind of set the bazaar on fire accidentally.
Right, but I mean, like, is purple mist just normal here? I feel like that would be indicative of a ritual where we're from, but it's everyone here seems fine with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes the air hard for you to breathe, but otherwise it's mostly harmless.
I guess we head back to the one inn and let them know.
The King's Volley.
Yeah, the King's Volley.
With Hurst, our hippo friend. In quotation marks.
Yeah, so we'll head back there, and I guess we'll find Drew along the way.
Drew just seems to have gotten lost on his own, and when he sees you guys, he's both excited and, a bit confused. wondering where you'd gone off to and all that sort of thing.
Our quarry got away. So
Yes,
no.
Liz, the Emperor's New Groove gif is very fitting. That's perfect. But yeah, once all three of you are back together, what do you two do?
We'll head to the King's Volley and let her know about
Okay.
what happened, and then hopefully they have a better idea about what happens than we do.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, hey, he's dead. Don't know if that affects your dead or not.
So you get to the King's Volley, and while there isn't a set day or night cycle on this planet, there is definitely a sort of an active period of the day and a not so active period of the day. And this happens to be the lesser active period of the day.
They're closed.
No, it's not closed, and but there isn't really anyone in the building. It seems a bit empty and forgotten about.
Well, do we see Hurst?
You do not see Hurst. You do notice, though, behind the counter, that there are a lot of broken glasses.
Oh, no.
I'm sure that's entirely unrelated to the issues of today.
I mean, yeah, probably.
He says, trying to convince himself. So I know we don't see anyone behind the bar. Is there anyone lingering about in the tavern itself?
No, the place seems very abandoned. And you notice, now that you're looking around and you get to actually, look at the place, you notice the back of the door. And on it there is sort of this great tentacled maw sort of painted onto the doorway.
On the back of it, like the inside?
Yeah, like the back of the doorway, the part nobody looks at unless they're leaving.
Was that there this morning when we left?
That was not there this morning.
That wasn't there this morning. I say, pointing it out. Is this a ritual now, or is this just like a holiday for them? Is this like, happy Great Maw Day, everyone? Let's all break our taverns and go do things. Or is this... What is this place?
I mean, Rayrell's the only one who's with you, so you'd have to ask her. Drew said he was going to go tend to the ship, make sure everyone's going well there.
Soren is just very, like, stream of consciousness in voicing his frustrations. He doesn't actually expect Rayrell to have these answers.
I know as much as you do. But, I think Rayrell, like, takes out, like, this journal, I guess. And, like just kind of copies down the symbol.
Okay.
I guess while that's happening, I'll go behind the bar and look for... I mean, obviously there's signs of a struggle, but I guess look for anything like a blood trail, anything that could indicate movement or some sort of trail that, if I find it, Rayrell is smart and capable enough to follow.
Yeah, you do find something, I would say. The floorboards of behind the bar have been sort of upheaved and completely destroyed and broken in places, and then sort of put back down and formed into a vaguely resemblant shape of what it was before, but it's clear that they've been incredibly damaged. And basically, It's like someone dropped an enormous boulder on the area.
That was going to be my question, is like the broken splinters and stuff like that. Does it seem like somebody applied a lot of force from above, or does it seem like something burst out from underneath?
It looks like something burst out from underneath and then tried to cover it up. By the way, I've put up basically the symbol you saw on the doorway. It should be up. It kind of looks like that. Yeah,
It's Cthulhu.
Damn it.
yeah, it's a big old maw. Ain't
Great.
it all though?
What was it Dramiji told us? A beak devouring a world?
Yeah. So this might be a symbol of the Illithid. And we did deal with some Illithid, and apparently what was a spaceship, now that I think about it.
Well, it's something came out from underneath the bar back here, and then I guess tried to cover it up and smash things back into place. But whatever did it was sloppy about it.
Or they just didn't care.
Right.
Below the large Illithid symbol, there is more writing in deep speech that neither of you can quite comprehend. Sort of written below it.
I'm gonna copy it down.
Okay.
Just in case we find someone who can read it.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least has the means to translate it.
Mm-hmm. Deep speech out in the planes or the outer planets and stuff isn't super hard to find a speaker for. You could even find a dictionary, probably.
Yeah, if only we had money. Actually, the bar is empty, right?
Yes. The place has been not sort of ramshackled, because whatever took Hearst did it very quickly.
I'm gonna look for money.
Okay. You do find near the end of the place a sort of little safe underneath the bar stool.
Okay, I looked at sword and was like, do you have thieves' tools?
No, I'm a little hurt you asked.
I'm just... I mean,
don't.
I know your family. It was a shot in the dark.
That's fair. No, it's to be fair, I'm not sure how many members of my family are good with the fine instruments and self-control of thieving, as opposed to the let's take stuff and just try and get away with it aspect.
True.
So I mean, I could try and I'm happy to try and shoot it open with fire, but that's kind of my go-to.
I'm gonna just try. Is it like a combination lock, or...
So there really isn't any need to try, because you notice that the safe has been broken into already and sort of ripped open. So whatever came in here, the safe was part of what they were taking. But when you go inside, it doesn't look like everything was taken from the safe. You find about 17 little sparkly gems sitting in there.
Okay, 17. Alright.
Are there any bottles of alcohol that are still intact?
That was my next question.
No, you can find some. There's plenty of those.
I think I will look for the weirdest, most alien type and just grab it and hold on to it for later as a souvenir.
Okay, so it was 17 small gems.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to take those and just pocket them. I'm like, well, it's not currency, local currency, but it's something. gems are a bit more universal than coin anyway.
Mm-hmm. Also, I would like you to note that down as basically outer currency. So this is something that's good everywhere but Oerth.
Okay. Alright, so we have some money. Yay.
Right. So, I mean...
And as for the most exotic alcohol, Soren, I would say that you find sort of this green-blue liquid preserved with, like, little moths inside.
Moths? As in the bug?
Yeah, little moths inside.
This will be good for later.
We can probably use it as a bargaining token.
Yeah, I wonder what species likes that.
Well, hopefully humans when I get to try some.
Oh no.
Oh jeez.
Does this, I guess a quick question before I put it away, does this look like any of the weird goop that we saw in that initial thing, like with the embalming fluid and the zombie? Okay.
No, this is not resemblant to that.
Good. Then yes, I will slip that away for later, I guess. Well, I mean, Hurst doesn't seem to be here, but it looks like we were able to collect payment on his job, as I feel like we pretty successfully delayed his debt being due, which is really all he asked us to do.
Neither of you are good aligned, right?
No, I think I'm more of a chaotic neutral.
It's
at least Drew isn't here, because he might have some issues with how we're going about our business.
No, Soren is chaotic good, so you can tell he's trying to talk himself out of investigating this further. Kevin's he knows he should be doing more,
and all the morals go out the window, huh?
He knows he should be doing more, but he's like trying to crowdsource this out so that he doesn't have to. It's just like, so I mean, technically he didn't even ask us to resolve his debt. He just asked us to deliver a message.
And we delivered the message.
I guess. So I mean, we got our payment for that job. I think the question is, clearly he's in some kind of trouble. Should we at least peel up these floorboards and look to see underneath where he might have gotten dragged off to?
I mean, yeah, because the whole illithid symbol has me concerned. And maybe this is a lead we can follow.
I feel like that's kind of why we're here.
Yeah. We're looking for evidence of a ritual. Right?
Yes, which... Hopefully this is evidence of a ritual and not just something that happens on this place. The ground explodes and then illithids eating planets are just painted on your wall as your things are destroyed.
I mean, they seem to have a pretty big thing for souls and slavery as a means of trade.
Yeah, let's bust open the floor and get off of this place as soon as we can.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's what you're doing right now?
Yeah, we're going to investigate the floorboards, see if we can gather more clues.
Okay.
Since it was kind of put together again, kind of like sloppy and obvious, just seeing if we could peel anything up and.
So, you peel away at the floorboards, and you notice basically an improvised tunnel has been sort of dug downwards. And whatever dug this is very large and just tried to cover up the tunnel as it dug. So, and the entire tunnel is dug through the sheer, sharp, and very, hard rock that makes up this entire planet.
Let's talk this out.
Yes. Yeah.
Point 1, I don't want to go down there. Unfortunately, point 2, that's our only lead on this damn rock.
Point 3, our cleric went back to the ship.
Yes. I think we at least should take a quick break and rest here while we can before if we decide to go down. I think a rest is warranted.
I can go for a short rest right now.
Okay.
Since I'm hesitant to go down there without Drew or at least one of his companions, one of the other priests.
True.
Because I imagine we're going to find Hurst in not the best condition, and if he's alive, he may need some divine healing assistance.
I mean, I have a little bit of healing left in me still. I got good berry. I got cure wounds. As long as I don't burn up all my spells, we should be fine.
You
Like,
hear... Oh no, continue on.
I was just like, I agree we should take a short rest, catch our breath. And then we can head down.
Okay. So where are you taking your rest? In the actual tavern itself?
Yeah, maybe we could head back to the boat and see if we can get if Drew's indisposed, we can grab one of his cleric buddies and they can come with us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hesitant to
Leave?
I don't want to split us up, but I am hesitant to leave this place unwatched.
That's true. They can cover up the tunnel the time we're gone.
Well, so Drew knew that he was going to be indisposed because, he sort of twisted an ankle and healing doesn't quite fix that fast enough.
Yeah.
And so, he did say on the way back that he was going to send for someone. It's just been taking a while. But you do hear a knock on the tavern door finally.
Oh, thank goodness.
Frayrell's going to open the door just a bit and just look out. See who it is.
Before you, in a lovely suit of chainmail and with a nice little ball in her hand, is Candace. Candace Badcock. One of Drew's faithful companions.
Candace, good, you're here.
Hi, haven't really gotten to talk to you all much, but hello, I'm here. What's the
Thanks.
problem?
Well, we found a lead, and we were a little hesitant to head in without our third party member, but thank goodness he sent you. Is he doing any better?
Oh, he's messed it up real bad. Can barely walk right now. 65's trying to patch him up. Got a splint on him. Poor man.
Does 65... Soren just wonders to himself how much 65 knows about human anatomy.
It's a valid question. Alright. Well, we're gonna take a quick rest. We got a little beat up earlier, and then we're gonna head down into this tunnel that we found.
Are you a fan of spelunking, Candace?
Oh, not really, but if that's what I gotta do, I'll do it. Oh jeez, what have I got myself into?
We don't even know what we've gotten ourselves into, honestly.
Yeah, if it makes you feel, if for some reason it would make you feel any better, those are our exact sentiments as well.
So what are we going up against?
No idea. Probably some illithid.
That's not exactly reassuring.
And I just kind of motioned to the painting on the door. So
we're looking for signs of a ritual in this place. which, to be fair, our wizard friend did not specify planets, so this may just be how weird this planet is, and there's no ritual taking place here at all. But if we find one, we need to apparently stop, or else worlds get eaten. Picture seems pretty clear on that.
Yeah.
And then Candace sort of walks over to the doorway, and she says, "Hey everyone, you want to know what it says?"
Yes.
Give me a moment. I haven't tried to translate anything like this in a long time. Before I became a field cleric, I worked in the library for the Cuthberts.
Oh.
And you can see her sort of looking at the symbols and sort of pulls a little journal out, scribbling. And once she's done writing on it, she hands it over to Soren. She says, "Well, that's my translation notes. That's the best I can do."
Oh. Right. What's it say?
On it says, repayment is not in money, but in the soul.
That's not good.
Yeah, if you ever find anything written in deep speech, I can't translate it quickly, but I can translate it if you need.
Thank
that's
you.
Really not good.
That's
really
good
not
to know. I mean, are souls used in sacrifice rituals?
I feel like that's probably the currency rituals tend to. The bad rituals probably tend to deal in that primarily, if I had to guess.
True.
Candace probably has a little more insight into that than we do. But that's bad, because if this is still related to his debt, one, we really didn't do the job. Well, no, the job was to tell them that he would pay them back, so we still did the job.
Yes, we still did the job.
Bigger issue, there's a connection then between the spider people and the Illithid.
Yeah, probably. That makes sense. I mean, maybe we can find a lead. We follow this trail. I mean, if he forfeited his soul, that seems like that's his problem. And there's not really much we can do.
Right. I'm starting to think Hurst might have been a jerk, and because I'm wondering if it's not just his soul that's owed. I feel like, was souls plural what was translated? Like he's getting more souls?
Repayment is not in the money, but in the soul. And like,
okay,
the spider guy told us that like it wasn't a money thing; it was a soul thing.
Yep. I'm concerned that Hurst was trying to send us over as part of his loan repayment program.
Yeah, because he did mention he could like forfeit someone else like 3 times as many souls if he didn't want to give up his own, which is kind of shitty, but you know, dealing with spider people.
Yes. So I mean, all that translation has done is make me feel less enthusiastic about trying to save this person.
I mean, I'm not saying we're going to be able to save them. I just want to see if this leads to a ritual.
Absolutely no. It's still unfortunately our best lead.
Yeah. So I guess we'll take our rest and we'll head on down.
Mm-hmm. You're going down the hole of that thing, Doug?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So let's say you take a nice long rest, and you're
we get a long rest.
Yeah. I would say that you've been sort of resting really the entire time. since the fight. Just sort of,
Yeah.
meandering about, walking all slow and calm. And yeah, I would say you've pretty much had a full rest at this point.
Awesome.
And as you sort of, take stones from the hole that was dug downwards, you're led back into a familiar but not so familiar scene of the dark, misty caves beneath that seem to like pockmark this entire planet.
Fuck this.
But this is a slightly different scene, I would say. In the case you're in, you aren't so much lost in an endless cave system. Once you get to the bottom, it's pretty clear where you need to go. Here the mist is even thicker than before. It's almost impossible to tell what's going on and, see what's at your feet. But you notice at the other side of, like, a very thin bridge that seems to spiral and worm its way around, you see a large doorway with the very iconic symbol of a large illithid's maw.
Yay! I guess we're heading in the right direction.
Soren just muttering like, I hate this place. I hate this place. And casts, as soon as we get into these stupid purple caves again, he casts Mage Armor on himself.
I'm gonna cast Spark Skin on myself.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, the issue with it is, it's a very thin bridge.
I was gonna ask, how rickety is this damn bridge?
It's not. There's not so. It's a natural bridge made out of stone. And the problem isn't so much that it's rickety. It seems pretty sturdy. It's just impossible to see where the bridge is because of how thick the mist is. Like, you have to really lean down and squint to make out the stone floor.
Maybe we should crawl?
I was about to say, I'm not too proud to crawl across this.
Yeah, let's take it slow. I can lead. I probably can see a little better than you can in this fog.
Probably just in general. My eyes are okay, but yours, your ears are better.
True.
Alright.
Alright.
Okay, so you're gonna start making your way across this very thin bridge here.
Yes.
Sort of just
kidding.
Yeah, just sort of worming your way along.
Yep.
Does Candace join us in crawling, or is she trying to walk?
No, she understands what needs to be done, and she gets quickly on all fours, like, yeah, I'm not really feeling falling to my death, so yeah, I think I'll do what's smart here. So, let's say you make it about halfway across the bridge, right?
Okay.
Like about over to here. Or around here. And that's when the chittering starts.
Oh, jeez.
The chittering.
Yeah, the chittering. Just some chittering, guys. It's all good. And you really can't make out what's making the chittering, but you hear sort of the sound of chittering and then sort of rock hitting rock.
That's reassuring.
Isn't it, though? It's sort of beautiful in that way.
Yeah.
No, so
Alright. Chittering. So
nothing's
I'm gonna.
nothing's tried to attack you or stop you from doing anything yet, though.
Okay. I think we're just gonna proceed with caution. Just like be ready for a fight.
It's crawling as fast as we can.
Yep.
Okay. And I'm gonna say that Soren, give me an armor check.
An armor check?
Yeah, an armor check.
What is an armor check? How do I do that?
Or no, oh wait, I'm the one that needs to make that check. Whoopsie daisy. Silly on me. Gosh, am I the one blushing? I think it's me. Golly. Yeah, what's your AC, Soren?
With mage armor, I believe it's 16.
Okay.
It is.
So, you feel something wrap around your leg and try to pull you into the chasm below.
No!
Oh no.
Nope! Something's on my leg!
It doesn't pierce your flesh, whatever it is, but you're feeling like yanked. And it's, whatever it is, it's strong.
Okay.
So now, give me a strength check.
Jeez. Sure. Strength check.
Oh no.
So it's the dice I rolled today has given me a 3, a 4, and now a natural 1. So it is.
You gotta send those things to jail, man.
This D20 is going away for a while.
Oh dear. Yeah, so what's grabbed you sort of yanks you hard, and you don't fall off the edge, but you're basically gripping the edge of this stone chasm and just barely not being yanked off into the abyss below you.
Can I reach and like try to pull him back up?
Yeah, you very much can.
Okay, I guess that'd be like a strength check on my end. Okay. Okay. Strength.
And I'll give you a plus 2 because I'm gonna say she's trying to help you out too.
Okay, so I rolled a 11.
Okay, so with a plus 2, I would say, yeah, you pull Soren back up onto the sort of thin walkway.
I'm just like, are you okay?
No, I think this is the running part. I think this is the part where we run.
We can try.
Or crawl again, but movement is good.
Yeah, let's just keep moving.
And this time I'm gonna say, Rayrel, give me an... Oh no, wait. God damn it, I need to be the one to do this. Okay. Rayrel, from the other side, another thing tries to grab your legs, and this time it hooks into your ankle.
Oh, jeez.
And you can feel like a fish hook sort of yanking you backwards. And I'm going to ask for another check to sort of stay safe and not fall off the bridge.
Okay, which check? A strength check? Or...
Let's do a dexterity, because you're just trying to... You know, your situation's slightly different than Soren's in that you're not trying to stay on due to sheer grip, but not be yanked off.
Okay. That is a 22.
Okay, so you twist and turn, and this thing's claw in you hurts immensely, and it's deeply uncomfortable. But you're not yanked into the abyss, so that's pretty good, honestly. I would say you do take 10 damage as this thing cuts deep into you. And
okay.
you're sort of... And not only does it cut deep into you, but it yanks on it repeatedly.
Yeah.
So our young miss sort of fires a guiding bolt down below onto whatever it is, and you can feel it relent, and you sort of have a chance to get back up.
Whew. All right.
I would say this is the point where I am going to ask for initiative rolls, though.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh no.
This is a different dice, and I rolled a 2 on it.
Oh, I rolled a 2 as well.
And
So I have a 6.
And I'm at a 5.
Golly. Okay.
I've not rolled higher than a 4 today.
Oh.
It's just one of those days.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. Let's see, what are mine? Oh no. But at the very least, Candace's rage act, I mean, that's not a whole lot that helps you out. So I'm gonna say that you hear the chittering and you kind of see these mysterious things swinging around on the rooftops above you. You can't quite make out what they are, but they are big, and one of them sort of really quickly swoops and tries to claw Rayrel from above instead of below, sort of trying to take a swing at her neck. And then, yeah, it gets into her and sort of swings her upwards. And let's see. So you take another 10 damage as you're sort of grabbed by, your shoulder, neck flesh, and just swung across this space. Give me an acrobatics not to get flung off.
Okay. Acrobatics?
Mhm.
Okay. 22.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're safe, and you land safely on the stone in front of you. One of them, as it swings by, though, you can actually make out what it is, and they are these very large chitinous monsters with hooks for hands and giant bird beaks. They seem to swing across this dark purple stone like a monkey does in a tree, like almost without any effort.
Oh, jeez. That's not good.
But you've adjusted to the mist slightly, and so you can make out pretty solidly what they are right now.
Yeah.
And with that, I will say, Rayrel, you act first.
Okay. I'm going, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the one that just
tried to decapitate you.
Yeah, that
Okay.
one. Is he within shooting range?
He is within shooting range.
Okay.
The little guys on the map, like, I would say that's a bit of a misnomer because they're just constantly like swinging around and pretty consistently in motion.
Alright. I'm going to shoot twice.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, those are actually really yay. See, one shot is 26, and the other one is 27.
Okay, so those are both excellent shots, and they both make their mark.
Yeah. And then...
Goodness.
And then I think I'm going to go for radiance damage for this one. Just see what happens. Okay, so... 17 points of damage?
In total?
Yes.
Okay, so you fire off 2 bolts, and they... the first one lights up the sort of roof of the cavern, and the radiance dispels the mist in the area. And now you can see pretty well what's going on for about 40 feet. And you can see, this big hook horror thing swinging around on the roof. And you take a very good shot. You haven't shot your bow in a while because you've been using your swords a lot, but that's a skill that never goes away to a true elf. And you hit right on the mark with that thing, seeding a golden radiant arrow right in the thing's side.
Yeah.
And, it would fall off if it wasn't naturally built for climbing. Yeah, the thing is pierced on the side by a golden arrow, and it cries out as it sort of clambers away to who knows where. Soren, what are you gonna do? There's one coming at you and Candace, sort of also swinging from the rooftop.
And you mentioned that we see these 2 that are actively engaging us. Do we still hear a bunch of chittering coming from elsewhere?
No, they seem to be the main chittering. There might be a nest of youngling ones, but these 2 seem to be the ones that are actively trying to murder you.
In that case, Soren, I'm gonna clutch the crystal around my neck, and it's gonna kind of glow like a really bright white in light blue again, and I'm going to bring back my spirit guardian flock of various miscellaneous seabirds to kind of surround us all.
Okay.
Which spirit guardians? We get this flight of birds. They flit around me in a 15-foot radius. I protect Rayrel, Candace, and myself from them, and any other creatures have their speed halved, and when they start in the area for the first time or move into it, they take damage.
Okay, understood.
So I'll cast that and get kind of our bird brigade around us to provide some assistance and just start moving towards. Well, shit. I can't move too far away from them, so I'm just gonna start beckoning Candace to come on. Let's get a move on. But I will stay kind of in that big platform that we're on. I'll kind of move towards the middle of it to try and include the whole party in the radius.
Yeah,
and get some movement towards the door.
Okay, so Candace on her turn takes a big swing of her maul and sort of gets the thing under the chin, and it's sort of stunned for a moment and backs off. The larger one, though, sort of swings and sees the birds that, are sort of swarming out of you and originating from you, and sort of makes another go at you, trying to come in on you and sort of bring you down. And so it's going to make 2 nice little hook attacks on you. So I'm going to say that that's an 18 and a 17. So
those both hit, but as he enters the range, he has to make a wisdom saving.
Okay. Strangely enough, a large beak monster, wisdom is not its strong suit. So let's say it gets an 8 with that. How's that looking?
It looks like he then takes 13 points of radiant damage, just from a barrage of various gulls.
Got it.
That then also kind of, even though he's swinging pretty proficiently, it also cuts that down in half for how far he can get.
Yeah. Because, it's hard to swing when things are pecking at your claw bits.
Bunch of feathers in your face, that makes it difficult.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, both of those hooks did succeed on you?
Yep, hit me with that damage.
Oh boy, and oh what a damage it is. So we have a 6, 6, 4, let's see, 2. So 12, 16, 18, 18 plus 8. So that's going to be 26. Sure. Yeah, and I'm going to say that what it does to try and get rid of, your birds and stuff, is it just fucking yeets you. like it sinks its hooks into you and then just fucking lumberjack tosses you all the way to the rock over here. And I'm gonna say that you're pretty athletic. Give me a quick dex save.
Am I?
Yeah, give me a quick dex save.
A dex save?
Yeah.
Okay. Those I'm not bad at.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes! Got double digits on my roll. So that's a 12 plus 6, so an 18.
Okay, so yeah, you land without problem, but yeah, you just got hooked on both of your arms, so you've got blood coming out around your forearms on both of them, and you've been, thrown far away from the rest of the party over an abyss. And then Ray-Rel, what do you do?
Before that, for my concentration saving throw I have to make, do I make 2 since I got hit twice, or do I just make 1 for the total damage?
Yeah, just
okay.
1.
I gotta be to 13 for the 26 damage I took. Which 20, not natural, but dirty 20. So
okay.
Birds remain.
The birds remain.
The birds endure.
Mm-hmm. Ray-Rel, what is your task?
I'm gonna shoot at the one I have marked with Hunter's Mark again.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can.
Alright. I respect that.
Ooh, that's awesome!
What's up?
Alright. I have a natural 20.
Oh dear.
And 26.
That's the total?
I have one of the hits is a natural 20, and then the other one was a 26 to hit. But
okay.
I guess the natural 20 would be a 28.
Yeah. Okay, what is the max damage your bow can do?
Let's see. Max damage my bow can do.
Because I would say that's what one of your arrows does, and then the other is a regular.
Okay, so... Hold on, let me do math. Okay, so... So the most the one arrow can do is 13 damage, but then since it's a crit, it'd do another 8 on top of that, right? Because it doubles the dice.
Yes.
So the critical hit would be 21 points of damage.
Okay. And then that's added on top of? Question?
Another 16 points of damage. So in total, that is 37 points of damage.
Okay, so you take... And is that a fire or radiant?
We're going to go with radiant, since I noticed it cleared out the fog the last time I used it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you send another bolt... that was 37, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So you send another bolt of radiant flying at this thing, and the creature was just badly timed with a swing or something, or got badly shot with an arrow or something like that. because it just got fucking hit right in its chest. And you see it collapse into the abyss below as a golden radiant arrow flies right into the thing and just sends it flying into the depths. You're unsure where it is.
But it's gone now.
Let's see. So Candace makes another attack with her big Cuthbert maul on the hook horror in front of her, and sort of cracks one of its hooks, but it's still coming after Soren because he's the one bringing these nasty birds about, and so it's making its way directly towards you, Soren, and it's gonna make an additional 2 hooks on you. So
okay. It's when he gets back into my space. That's another wisdom save.
Yeah. And it fails that wisdom save, might I add.
Then he takes 17 points of radiant damage this round.
Ooh, big boy numbers.
My birds are angry.
Mm-hmm.
They do not like being yeeted.
Yeah, so you let's see, and your AC is 17 or 18-ish?
16.
16.
Wait, am I to me last?
So if your AC is 16, then you are completely safe from these hook swings as well. How do you protect against something like that? Because you don't have armor.
No. I mean, I've got some magical armor that it looks just kind of like kind of fancy gold filigree and just outlines on my clothes, but when contact is made, you see a few bits of like magical sparks that burst out. So maybe I think like one hook just glances off of that, and then the other one, it's almost an accident because Soren is really bloody looking. He is not doing well right now. So I think almost just kind of slipping around and stumbling, like just purely by chance he misses with the second hit.
So yeah, I would say for a moment everything on Rayrell's side of the conflict is quiet, and then instantly 2 hooks come up and try again for her ankles and sort of to launch her down into the depths. And what's your AC, Rayrell?
My AC is currently 16.
Okay, so both of these hooks come into you, and you're getting... This thing is injured, and it wants to take you down with it. And so it's just trying to pull its full weight on you down into the depths. So...
Awesome!
Yeah, it's a big, heavy creature. Like, this thing is not going to pull nicely. So let's take that and say 25 damage as you can feel like it's not even the hooks at this point. It's just the sheer weight is like, for one, your back feels nice. That is the best crack on your back you've ever gotten. But the rest of your body, it feels like it's trying to pull your arms and your legs out of your socket as it yanks and yanks at you.
Ugh, great. That hurts a lot, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, you can still see the glowing bolt in its chest. Like, it's not happy about what you did to it.
Well, of course. Not many things I do shoot are happy about it.
Yeah. So what do you do?
I'm gonna stab at it with my short sword of +1.
Okay.
It's my turn again so soon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get to go.
Didn't. Oh, whoopsies.
No.
Yeah, let's see what Soren's up to. As, his filigree protects him from big stabs in the chest parts.
I mean, his main activity right now is bleeding profuse. But let's see if we can... Do I hear... So no more hook monkey beaky folks have shown up, right?
None have
just
shown
got
up.
the 2 so far.
Yes, it's just these 2.
Well, fuck this guy right in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to just send a warbling chaos bolt right into his chest if I can.
Mm-hmm.
So I can try and clear the path to get back to my party.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, give me the numbers on that.
That is a 17 to hit.
Okay, so yeah, that makes it into the thing.
Okay. Then damage-wise, chaos bolt.
Goodness.
That is what's a 1 and an 8. So let's make this. This is going to be acid damage, and he gets 15 points of acid damage for this bolt.
Oh damn.
Nice.
So you get your little gemstone. What was the number again?
Damage
Yes.
15.
15. And you just cover this thing in like black goo. And it sputters around in, sort of shock as it's hit by this very unexpected blast of like nasty green goo. And you can hear its shell sort of bubbling under it as it, backs off from you for a second. And, you're doing this all while stumbling back lightheadedly. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, things are not going well.
Oh, whoopsies.
These things are still alive. We should maybe consider running towards the door.
Mm-hmm. Rayrel, what do you do with that new information Soren's trying to
I'm going... Well, I'm still, grappled, right?
give you? Yes. You're
Okay.
in a very loving embrace right now.
So I'm going to do what I usually do when I get unwanted advances. I'm going to stab them with my short sword.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
So 2 attacks with my short swords. Let's see. Okay, those aren't horrible. Alright, so one is a 21 to hit, and the other is a 20 to hit.
Okay. What are your 2 short swords again? You have...
I have the little silvered one that I picked up off the Gith captain, and then I just have one normal short sword.
Okay, so you have a pretty elven curved blade, and then you have a very rigid, and very ostentatious silver blade. Got it.
Yep. Alright. Oh, that's not great, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We have 11 points plus 4, so 15 points of damage.
Mm-hmm. And sort of, while you're doing that, Candace sort of runs in and hits the thing on the elbow with it. And with that momentary shock, you get a chance to sort of take both of your swords and drive it into the exact same place where your arrow hit from before. And the thing is utterly dumbstruck and just sort of collapses down, down, down into an abyss you can't quite hear the bottom of.
And stay down.
Meanwhile, Soren, you're trying to get beaked. So the thing sees its companion fall, though, and it sort of howls out and sort of disengages from you, Soren, and sort of tries to start clambering its way back into the abyss from whence it came. Soren, what do you do?
I hesitate to mention this, since he's trying to get further from me, but his speed is halved, so he doesn't get very far.
No, he does not.
And then, are my birds still pecking at him?
Yes,
if he's still
they
within
are.
15 feet? Okay. If he wants to make a wisdom save...
I can almost guarantee you poor little hook horror is going to fail at that. 15, actually. That's not too bad.
15 is right what he needed to hit. So, he takes 17 divided by 2.
Okay.
So, rounded down, that's 8 radiant damage.
Okay. So you just see a swarm of small pelicans sort of fly all over this creature as he and the pelicans sort of disappear into parts unknown. And with that, the two creatures have sort of vanished from sight.
If the path is clear, I'm trying to jump back to that first rocket and urge everyone to the door before any more.
Give me a quick acrobatics.
Monkey. Okay.
That's a 10-foot gap right there. That's not an easy jump.
That's 13.
Okay.
Lucky 13.
Yeah, you make the jump, you hit the side, and in a very familiar sight, you're scrambling on the edge, trying not to fall into the abyss. Apparently, as it turns out, bloodied arms do not make good for climbing.
Yes. Yeah, Soren does not look good.
Yeah. Rayrel, do you do anything?
I want to help him. Help him up.
Yeah, I mean, everyone wants to help everyone. But how do you help him, though?
So he's hanging off the edge or something?
Yep.
Well, okay. Is it like further down, or is he just like right at that edge with like his finger?
He's a little further down. He's like about, I would say, a good 2 feet from, where you want to be.
Okay. I'm going to... Let's see, 2 feet. I can't reach him. A little far. I want to throw a rope down to him.
Okay. So you throw a rope down. Soren, you sort of grip tight as Rayrel and Candace haul you back up. And you're all safe.
For now.
Yeah. And then you kind of have a moment to reflect on what you're seeing at the end of this hallway. And, the large illithid doors chambers. These are much bigger and grander than the ones you saw on Greyhawk. And unlike the other ones, which were rusted and poorly maintained, these ones seem pristine and brand new.
We should really proceed with caution. I don't like the looks of those doors. They're familiar.
Yeah, I mean, these look nicer, which seems worse.
Yeah.
You've seen this sort of stuff before?
Back was it in the desert or the cliffs?
Yeah, we're about to enter the desert. We're in the mountain.
Yeah, it's there was a chamber with this same material that this is made of, but that material, whatever it was we found, looked a lot more worn and older than whatever this door is. We found what appeared to be a bunch of reanimated illithid in that place.
So you're saying the ones in here will just be animated, not reanimated?
Probably.
I think that's a fair guess.
So what's the plan then, folks?
Proceed with caution.
As such, not to be needy, but Candace, are you able to patch me up at all? Or at least staunch some of this bleeding?
Let's see. I've actually got Drew's character sheet open because I don't know the spells off the top of my head. So, let's see. 1d8 plus 3 for cure wounds. And we'll say she casts that on both of you. So...
Awesome.
1d8 plus 3. So, Soren, you heal 9, and Ravel, you also heal 9. As you can sort of see your bloodied arms sort of patch themselves up before you, and it becomes significantly easier to hold things in your arms.
I'm also gonna cast the Cure Wounds on myself at level 1, just to Because I was at 7 hit points before. So
I was at 6. I'm still not great.
Yeah. Turns out getting horribly shaken by giant cave monsters gonna hurt you a bit.
yeah, just a bit. Oof. All right, let's keep moving, I guess.
Oh, I will say. Did you just roll Cure Wounds for yourself?
Yeah, for myself.
Were you happy with what you rolled?
I got a 10, so I'm at basically half health right now.
Okay. I do have a quirky little thing with my sorcerer thing where I could spend a sorcery point and we can re-roll healing dice.
Yeah, it was
So
pretty good.
If you're ever not happy with it, you let me know.
Okay. I guess we move forward.
Okay, so I'm guessing you all make your way to the front of the door?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, there's a large doorway in front of you, and it's kind of spooky looking. Like, what is there to say about something like that? But you reach out to the door, and it's not locked.
Huh.
I feel like they don't really need to lock doors when they've got those things to keep intruders away.
True. Rayrel is gonna carefully and slowly open the door.
Before you is a very dark but very small room. It feels like it's being kept magically dark, so you can't quite tell what's inside of it, though.
Okay. I'm just gonna be like, dark in here, stay close. We'll just keep moving forward.
Okay. So you all make your way inside of this room, and once you're all inside, the doors close behind you and lock themselves.
Well, shit.
I forgot that the last one did that too.
And the magical darkness sort of yields all very suddenly, and you're sort of blinded for a moment as the room gets shockingly bright. And you can see that it's a very stark room. There's a much smaller chamber door in front of you. There is sort of a stone bust of an illithid noble. It seems to have decaying skin on top of the door, sort of working as an archway for it. And an illusion pops up in front of you. It's a small beholder.
Good evening, guests. What can I get for you today?
I guess that's what
Guests?
Yes, guests. Master has told me we will be receiving guests.
Oh, do you have any healing potion?
Yeah, medical attention would be fantastic if you're
Medical attention? No, Master told me no medical attention. I have nothing in that regard. I am sorry.
It's alright.
Don't beat yourself up about it.
It sort of scratches its forehead with one of its eye stalks.
Who are you? What do you want?
We're just looking for somebody. We found this tunnel and it led us here.
This tunnel led you here. Seems a bit suspicious. Who dug the tunnel?
That's what we're trying to find out.
Oh.
It seems it was done in a hurry.
I think I know who dug the tunnel. Good friend of mine. Very, very tall. So then, you have business with the master?
I mean, maybe we're just looking for someone that's gone missing. There's no need to. We don't mean to disturb anyone. We'd be happy to be on our way and not put you out at all.
And the sort of thing that's been observing you, the beholder, it gets real close to you. Like,
not want to cause any trouble. That sounds like someone who wants to cause a lot of trouble for the master.
Not wanting to cause trouble causes trouble?
Yes. Kind of paradoxical in that way. A lot of trouble is caused by those who seek to avoid it. And in the act of avoiding it is when the most trouble is created.
Well, I mean, we're flexible. It's if it would please you that we're seeking trouble, we can if that makes this whole encounter more convenient and less vaguely off-putting and threatening.
Wait, what does that mean? Repeat what you said.
Oh, nothing. Just we're happy to please is
You're
the gist of that. That was the thesis.
So you're not here to cause trouble. In fact, you would wish to undo the trouble that is being troubled to me right now. Is that what I am getting?
Wait, no. He said that not wanting to cause trouble causes trouble, so maybe we do want to cause trouble. And in that same line of logic, won't? Question for what would you like to hear?
I would like to hear that the master is happy, and the master likes what the master wants. I do not know the whim of the master.
I mean, we are all about making people happy, so anything we can do in the art.
But what if the master does not like making people happy, and you enjoy making people happy and therefore do not like making the master happy?
Is the master a people?
Depends on your definition.
Well, we can, as I said, we could be flexible. We're always learning. We can adjust goals to not make the master unhappy at the very least.
Not make the master not happy, or make the master happy in a not happy way?
Yes.
Yes. Yes to what?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. You hate the master.
Do we know anything about beholders, or is this just a weird floating head that we've seen for the first
you guys
time?
can roll like nature checks on monsters. Like, I ain't gonna stop y'all.
I'm gonna roll a nature check on this fucking monster.
You guys always have the capacity to search what knowledge you have on them.
Okay, so I rolled a 13.
Mm-hmm.
I also rolled a 13, but I have to take one off because I'm not a smart boy. So that's a 12.
So you all sort of talk amongst each other for a moment while the creature floats around you. And you know that this is some sort of magical guardian that was summoned to sort of keep watch over the place. And that as it sort of watches, its mind sort of deteriorates over time. And that while this is definitely, this isn't an evil creature by nature, but it tends to serve those that want evil ends. And that this thing is it's strangely enough lawful in that it behaves contracts, but it is chaotic to converse with.
So we know that it would be here serving something. I mean, which he kind of told us, but that he's dedicated to doing that.
What are we talking about?
It's
We're all with
You're about
we
to
were
let
just.
us. You're about to let us through.
I was.
Yes, it's you. Yes, it's you had just. Do you not recall? You had just received word from your master that we were to pass through this area unabated.
Oh. Do you
we
know
wouldn't
Master's
want to make
name?
Master angry. Oh no, he doesn't deal in. They don't deal in names. That's very valuable information.
What is Master? Who is my master?
I don't know. It's. Are you sure you serve Master? That sounds like a lot of questions for a loyal servant of the Master.
Do I serve Master? I serve Master. Don't try to flip the script on me. You're the one being interrogated here, not me. I know what's going on here. You're trying to all sneak through, and I'm not looking.
You don't think you're being interrogated? No, Master sent us to interrogate you to make sure that you were on the up.
Master sent me to... Oh! Wise.
And it sort of pauses for a moment, and you hear like a clicking in the door mechanism.
Very well. Whenever I open up the chamber, the walls come in and crush anything inside. The deactivation switch is inside the Master's statuary. Look in there and you will survive. I will open the door for you now. Toodles!
And you hear the lock unlock in the doorway. And as it unlocks, the walls do start to come in on themselves, getting closer and closer.
Oh shit! Let's keep moving. Find that statuary.
Statue.
Well, the statuary is just like on the arc of the doorway.
Okay.
It's like the arch.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the button.
So you hit it, and the door unlocks, and it opens before you.
All right, let's go.
So
That was weird. I do not like these things. But I mean, at least with the little floating thing, it seems like if we just keep talking, eventually we'll hit something that we can get it to respond to.
Yes, very true.
So
it doesn't seem to know what it's saying half the time, so I guess just keep saying strange things and eventually it'll agree.
So you sort of get into the next room, and it looks like this had been very recently done. So the room itself is 3 stories of a very open floor plan that seems like it had been at some point a lab or like an arcane casting chamber of some sort. But the room itself, it looks like someone knew you were coming, and it has been firebombed and destroyed, and the entire room has been laid to waste. The shelves' experiments are blown up, the lab equipment is dust, and at the center, there seems to be a great alien, ruin, for casting a massive spell. And it too has been destroyed in the attempt to make sure you don't find anything here.
Can we make heads or tails of the rune? Whatever its original intention might have been.
Yeah, it's some sort of laboratory or casting purpose. It's some sort of intellectual pursuit for applied purposes. So it's either an arcane lab or some sort of experimentation room.
I think we should just keep moving.
Yes, this is a charming welcome. Clearly,
I mean,
followed.
They kind of greeted us with a beholder, so...
Yes, and that creature did mention that Master was expecting guests. Maybe we're lucky and they're expecting someone else, and we can just pass through and it'll just be a fun mix.
Yeah.
So, across the room you can see another door, and as you sort of make your way deeper into the room, you can hear that there is sort of the sound of commotion in the next room over.
Okay.
Do you do anything in here before you make your way to the next one?
Do we want to... Does this destruction look pretty complete? Should we search for anything that may have escaped the fires?
We might be being watched. If we want to settle this peacefully, we might not want to steal.
Well, stealing is a strong word.
Nah. We shouldn't ransack them or take anything. Because I don't know if they're still watching us.
Right. They may, if something survived, they may wish it returned to them. It could be a valuable bargaining chip if we encounter someone hostile.
True, but also it seems like this was done on purpose.
Okay, then I'd suggest maybe we try cracking. Is there a way to, like, peek through the next door without totally opening it?
Let's see.
Since we just...
I would say give me stealth or sleight of hand if you would like to do that.
Ooh, yes please. That's a natural 20, so sleight of hand 20.
Okay, so yeah, you peek through and you can see that there are humans here and other assorted species sort of loading things onto a spelljammer ship. And this is not like any of the ones you've seen before. The room itself is sort of open to the atmosphere. It's like, it's half cave, half atmosphere. And it's got a pretty, it's a makeshift dock carved from stone. And these humans are loading the ship quickly, trying to get ready to leave.
And you said that this ship doesn't look like anything we've seen before? So
No,
it doesn't look like an angry sky squid?
I mean, it looks like an illithid ship. It just doesn't look like the kind of, gigantic mothership that you saw before.
Okay. Oh. So it's, there's normal people, or normal-ish looking folk, not spiders and monkey birds and whatever this planet usually has, but they're loading up an illithid ship.
Yeah, as quickly as they can, too.
Is it really any of our business? Should we go after them?
Well, if it's an illithid ship and we're here to investigate the whole... that picture's clearly looks like an illithid eating a plant.
Yeah.
I feel like this is what we were sent here to look into.
But can we really afford a possible fight right now? Is the question.
Well, I think the alternative is... I guess we don't know what's involved in this ritual. If they're taking everything they need for the ritual and leaving, that's not ideal.
That's true.
And you do notice they are loading some very strange cargo onto the ship. Not just, your standard wooden crates, but things that look like very unceremonious coffins.
Do those coffins look at all like the goo pods that were in the first illithid?
A little bit like
encounter?
goo pods, yeah. They're giving some goo pod vibes.
One option we could just go out there, act like we're supposed to be helping load things, and just pick up some boxes and get a look around. Just try and blend.
I mean, we can try. You said it's mostly humans, though, correct?
Yes. Mostly. So, I mean, I feel like of all of the places on this planet where our group would fit in, this is the most spot-on place so far in terms of population.
All right.
And
I guess.
Alternatively, the door that we came through is locked, and we've not found.
So this might be the only way out. All right. I guess we move forward. Let's try to figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it'll make you feel better, but I hate this too.
Yeah. I mean, this was supposed to be a simple fetch quest, and now suddenly we're in space on a different planet. So...
Candace hands you a little scrap of burned paper that she found.
Oh.
Someone searched the room.
Okay. What's the does the paper say anything?
It says, reverse the star, summon the dread, and then it gets cut off because the paper is too burnt.
Reverse the star. Summon the DRA, I am assuming?
DRE.
DRE.
Note that this is all written in deep speech, and she translated part of it.
Yeah.
Well, all of it.
Versus. This is pretty useful. Maybe we go back and contact our wizard friend. Maybe he can give us a better lead. Because it's either we somehow get onto that ship, or we get a lead and we somehow end up in the same location with our own ship. I don't want to leave our crew stranded here without us.
No.
With no means of communication.
So when I looked out, DM, when I looked through there, did I see... I guess I saw the ship. Did I see that room continued on anywhere? Or...
No. It is a makeshift port to land a Spelljammer ship, and it is very specific for that purpose.
And it dead ends essentially there.
Yeah. There's not much beyond that.
I don't like this either, but it's once that ship leaves, I don't know that we have a way.
Fair point.
Or at least we may find something in that room to unlock the door.
All right. I guess
that's what we should have asked the beholder to do.
I suppose. All right. I guess let's just go in and see what happens.
Yeah, I think we can try and pretend like we belong initially, and then be prepared for the work.
Yep. Sounds
kind
like
of
the plan.
The tagline for this trip.
Okay, so you're just gonna try and blend in?
Yep.
Okay. So you sort of, all three of you walk out, and you all sort of try and, make yourself inconspicuous amongst the crowd of people meandering about and loading up the ship and getting it ready to take off. But you notice that not a lot of people seem to be agreeing with your act. And Candace has a Cuthbert cloak on. And Soren, you're bleeding from parts of your body, and so is Rayrel. And they all just sort of look at you like, who the fuck is this bitch?
That's a fair question.
And so now you just have a room of people just sort of staring at you awkwardly as, you bleed and are very conspicuous in front of them.
We're looking for a friend of ours.
I mean,
we followed
obviously,
a tunnel down here.
obviously we're new to the staff here. It's medical insurance plan hasn't quite kicked in yet, as we're this new. So, and I don't appreciate the hazing of send the new folks through with the hook monsters. So shame on you all for making us go through that to get to our job. But let's just all do what we were here for and carry these boxes, right?
So the back of the ship, you can see sort of a red window, and standing there, looking, piercing all three of your gazes, is a mind flayer. This one's not dead. He's very much alive. He does not look happy with what you're doing.
I mean,
you can feel...
Yeah, that's fair.
You can feel a voice hit your mind like a wave. It's like, have you ever stood in the ocean and everything seems fine, and then just a wave, way bigger than you were expecting, hits you out of nowhere?
That just sounds like life.
Yeah. A psychic voice sort of booms into your mind. And he says that you have compromised my plans so many times. And you have the audacity to try and sneak into here?
I think you might have us confused with someone. This is our first time meeting you, friend, and we didn't really sneak in. Your beholder told us to just come right in. He said you were happy to have us. If that's not the case, I would definitely have a stern conversation with him.
And the spectator beholder that's helping load the ship kind of shrinks back sheepishly.
I will deal with you later. Very well. If that is how it is to be, then die.
And you sort of all get held in place for a moment as a wave of psychic energy just brings in massive mind drain to your heads. And all the people who are loading boxes just drop what they're doing and scramble aboard the ship. And the ship immediately starts firing its engines to take off.
Oh shit. I just looked at Sora and I'm like, just let him go.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, we can't really fight him.
And for you, a parting gift. Tunneler, show them what we do to interlopers.
A tunneler? What?
And as the ship is moving away from port, you see something jump off the ship and back onto the port itself.
Oh no.
And the little beholder is like, seems like it's going to be flying away with it. But the mind flayer says,
and you, show them they do not get to live, for traitors shall not live either. Earn your keep.
And with that, the beholder doesn't go away with the ship, and it is instead told to stay and fight by its master. But the beholder is not the scary thing in the room. The scary thing is this creature is even bigger than the hook horrors. It is absolutely massive. It has to be at least 12 feet tall. Massive insectoid monster.
Well, shit.
And sure. Its eyes are constantly changing color, and it looks at all three of you. And we roll for initiative now.
Yay! Go great, guys. Oh, shit. It's a little better than last time.
That's not a good sign.
It's a 7.
Oh! Mine is also... Did we both roll 2s last time?
Yeah, I rolled a 3 this time.
Me too! That's a 6.
Okay, give me your numbers again, folks.
7?
7.
6.
7 and 6. Got it. Okay, and then what does your companion roll? She's got a 14. So
Okay.
I mean,
put that down.
if our initiative, we keep growing better with initiative each time. It's like 10 or 15 encounters. We'll be going early.
I mean, I've been making up for it with my damage hits, so...
Oh yeah, you've been beefing it on the damage. Like, that's definitely been good. Oh, jeez. The stats on this thing, God, I hate it. Oh. No,
you picked it.
Yeah, I did, and I'm, like, looking at it now like, God, this is not good. This boy's fucking beef. I mean, it says something when I chose to have you encounter a red dragon first.
Christ.
Yes.
Maybe we can convince the beholder to join our side?
So I'm thinking about it. I'm coming up with the sales pitch.
Okay, let's see what their initiatives are. Okay, we got yep and yep. Okay. So cool. Really cool, guys. Alright, so let me turn back on the thing so that the viewers get to view behind the dungeon screen. Ooh, fancy.
Ooh.
Yeah. Don't cheat. Don't screen share. That makes me all nervous and stuff. No, it's all good. So the very first creature to act is the beholder, because it wants to prove itself, and it feels bad for its failures from before. And so immediately you notice 2 beams fire from its head, and one is a yellow beam, and the other is a purple one.
Oh dear.
The purple one's aimed at you, Soren. Give me a wisdom save.
Okay, that is... Good luck, everyone. That's a 4 plus a 1, so big ol' 5.
Okay. It can't take reactions until the end of its next turn. The target can't move, and if you attack, you have to attack randomly. You don't know who you're going to attack, Soren.
Oh no!
Suddenly,
Sorry, so it's...
everyone in the room looks like a Mind Flayer or a Umber Hulk to you, and you can't tell the difference between them all. And you're sort of spinning in place, Soren, and deeply confused. Some sort of like stumbling against the wall as you're hit by this beam. Rayrel, give me a Constitution save.
Yep, okay. Okay, here we go. 12.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that you do make the save against this creature, and as the yellow beam hits you, you feel numbness creep across your body, but you fight it off, and you're okay for now.
For now.
Yeah. So let's see, who goes next? Next would be Candace. So she runs in, and she basically bops the Umber Hulk on its toesies and does a little bit of damage to it.
Yay!
I would say next we're going to have Rayrel. What do you do?
I'm going to shoot 2 arrows at the Umber Hulk because I just kind of gave Soren this look like, hey, maybe we can get this beholder on our side. So, like, because we did so well talking past it the last time. It's like, hey, your master's kind of a dick, left you behind. So, like, I don't want to injure it until, like, absolutely necessary. So I'm going to fire 2 shots at the Umber Hole.
Okay.
Oh, those are not great. Hold on. Okay, 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other is 17 to hit.
And both of those are against its armor?
Yeah.
And that's your total?
Yeah.
What kind of damage type are you picking?
I'm doing the longbow with the radiance damage.
Okay. They both reflect off its hide and do nothing.
Great.
And
Bad dice.
the creature looks at you, Rayrel. It didn't like that.
Of course not.
And
Most things don't like it shot at.
It's making a weird combination of clicks and robotic sounds and sort of like beeps and whirs and squeaks. And it looks at you, Rayrel, and it hops across the port with ease. Candace gets another bop on it for an opportunity attack. We'll just say another... Yep. And so now, first off, both Rayrel and Soren, I think? Yeah, you're looking at the creature, so both of you gotta give me... Actually, no, just Rayrel. Give me a charisma save.
A charisma save?
Yep, a charisma save.
Okay. Alright. 19.
19. So this thing's rainbow eyes sort of pierce at you, and you can sort of feel your personality being assaulted of all things, and you want to work with this creature. What the fuck? But you relent, and you remember, no, this thing's trying to absolutely kill me. So let's see. We get 2 of these now. So we're gonna say a 20 and a 26 to hit. How many of those get you, Ray?
None of them, because my AC is like 30.
Jesus.
They both hit. Hit.
Okay. In that case, we're gonna get 1 more as well.
Yay.
That's gonna be a 17. How's that?
That hits.
Oh, woof. Oof magoof. That's a bit, huh?
What did you do? Am I dead?
We got 6, 9. We'll say about... in total, you take about 20.
Ow.
And this thing just sort of grabs you up in its arms and just sort of picks you up very leisurely and sort of slam dunks you into the floor. And you notice as the thing moves, like the stonework that it sort of passes through, it like melts behind it and like perfectly forms like pathways for it.
Great.
Like this is the tunneler that took Hurst, and this looks like the kind of creature, one of the very few that could overpower even a big hippo man. Soren,
this sucks.
your ally gets slam dunked to the ground, whispers in pain, "This sucks." What do you do, Soren?
Right, well, I'm still seeing everyone as mind flayers, right?
Yep, a little bit.
Do I have to take an aggressive action on my turn, or can I try and just do something defensive?
No, you don't have to do anything aggressive at all.
Okay, I'm going to... First, I'm going to try this. Hey, good job, floating eye buddy. Once we take care of this traitor bug thing, the master's just gonna all four of the rest of us are just going to be in the master's good graces.
And it's
I would like to deceive this beholder.
Okay, you want to do a deception check on it?
I would like to try.
All right.
This is
our
ticket back.
Let's do persuasion or performance. Let's do persuasion.
Yeah, persuasion.
Okay. That is a 10, but I have 7 to add on to that, so 17.
Okay, 17. The creature takes your offer into consideration.
God.
And I look around and I see like nothing but bad things, and I don't know what to do about it. And I'm just gonna nope, and cast blink on myself.
Oh my god.
Okay, what does that do?
I roll a d20 at the end of each of my turns for the duration of the spell. If I roll 11 or higher, I vanish from the current plane of existence and appear in the ethereal plane. At the start of my next turn, when the spell ends, if I'm in the ethereal plane, I can essentially bop to a place that's 10 feet away from where I vanish. So it's like it's disappearing from the battlefield if I roll well enough each turn, and it lasts for a minute.
Yeah, you're doing a Mr. Frodo. I get it.
Yeah. So let me see if I get to do it this turn. Nope, nothing. Looks like nothing happens. So you all see me cast a spell, and it looks like nothing happened. It's still there.
And it's a really impressive spell too. You think like, oh god, Soren's gonna do something big, and it's just whoosh, and nothing happens.
Yeah. This is great. For the record, just in case anybody was looking at Soren, I was definitely still pretty damn bloodied when we came into this room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think you were too, right? Things are
Yep.
not good.
This is not good.
Well, that's my turn.
The beholder, in this turn, it's sort of locked in deep thought, like, should I murder them or not? And it's just sort of scratching its head and doesn't do anything. Meanwhile, Rayrel, you can feel your wounds sort of knitting themselves together and get a slight relief from the pain you're in as Candace casts a bit of Cure Wounds on you, and so you heal 8 points.
I will take it.
Mm-hmm. And now, Rayrel, what do you do?
Well, the Umber Hulk is like right on top of me.
Yep.
So I'm gonna swing at it with my swords this time.
Mm-hmm. No, it's like right on the edge of a pit, essentially, to outer space. And it's tempted to throw you or Candace in there.
Okay,
like
so
that's what it was trying to do, but you fought it off last turn.
can I like run at him?
You can do whatever you
and
want.
like I kind of want to like run at him, slash at him, and like shove it.
Oh, like hold your sword like to your chest and just sort of run and stab in.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Give me 2 attacks then,
Okay.
or just however many you're doing.
Because like shove is technically an action,
Mhm.
so I think I'm only gonna hit once this time.
Okay.
So I want to like go at him with the silvered short sword, which is an 18 to hit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you pierce its big ol' bug armor.
And then that is 10 points of damage, and I want to like shove him as hard as I can off the edge.
Yeah, you're gonna have a contest of strength then with this thing.
Okay.
You know, nice and easy thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, 20 strength. fucking hell. Okay. So your DC to beat is 17.
I rolled a 10.
Okay. So this thing, it holds its ground firm and actually sort of reverses positions with you as you two are struggling, and you're both sort of on the edge now.
Okay. Awesome.
And your hand is getting covered in gross white insect blood that's like curdled cheese. Yay.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's nasty, ain't it? Soren, what are you doing? What?
Do I still see everybody? Do I have to try and save on that again? Or?
Let me check that because I don't know a lot about them. No, you're good now. It was a very momentary like fear lapse where everything turned everything turned mind flayers, and now you're like, wow, that was awful, and you're good now.
That sucked. Yes.
Yeah, that was a bad trip, but you good.
I will cast spiritual weapon, and it's so it's a big like glowing gold like model ship essentially appears behind this Umber Hulk and tries to ram into it as my bonus action.
Okay. Is there any additional things you're trying to do just beside damage or no?
Well, so that's my so I mean technically it's a spell attack. I don't know if it can try and ram it as a shove instead.
I'll let you do it.
If it just,
That's what you want to do.
I'll make that attack a shove attack instead. Well,
it does damage and shove, I would say.
Okay, so it's...
Because
let's see if it hits first.
Yeah, a giant ship running into you, you know.
It's a natural 20.
Okay, so yes, you basically do like the death scene of Ursula in The Little Mermaid to this thing.
Yeah.
So damage-wise, that does... it does, with the crit, it does just 14 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And then, I don't know how we would adjudicate a shove from it. Because it doesn't really...
I would say...
It doesn't have its own stats.
Yeah, use your own strength then. Actually, what stat do you use for casting spells?
Charisma.
Okay, then yeah, use your charisma.
Okay.
Because that's how potent your ship is.
That's only a 7. I add 4, and then let me see. No, I was trying to see if my favored by the gods thing could be added to an ability check, but it's saving throws and attack rolls, so just an 11.
Just an 11. And oh my, that's a tie.
Oh shit.
Okay.
So that was my bonus action. Like spiritual weapons a bonus action.
Wait, Soren. I think I know how I want to do this.
Ooh.
I think I know. I'll give you a success on this actually. I will say it is just like the scene of Ursula and the Little Mermaid, where you ram the ship, this time into its backside, and Brayrel, you notice a giant spiritual ship's prow, like, almost hit your head, and it enters the tussle match as well, and it shoves the Umber Hulk off the side of this, and it tumbles downward. But I'm gonna say, Brayrel, your sword was in that thing and you were gripping tight. You go down as well.
Well, shit.
Since I haven't used my main action, can I try and, like, make a save to grab her arm? Or...
yeah, you can make a save. She is falling fast, though, so I would act quickly.
Yeah, it's would that be like a dex save to try and get to her and just see if I make contact? Would it be strength?
Yes, let's do dexterity. and strength.
Okay.
And I've got a
Dex save or
DC
just
in my mind already. So, you go, Soren. Do your best.
Do we want a dex save or just a dex check?
Let's do a dex check first.
Okay. That's not good. So that's a 3 plus a 3, so we got a...
You got a 6 in total?
Yes.
You're too slow. Rayrel, you're tumbling. What do you do? You see the rock starting... You just see the openness of space below you, Rayrel.
On the bright side, I just rolled for blink, and I didn't disappear this turn, so I'm still reaching. Because I also could have grabbed you and then immediately disappeared.
Is there like something to like grab onto as I'm falling?
Yes, there's some really jagged rocks.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is like brace myself against like this creature's chest and like just like pull out my sword and then like use that momentum to like jump upwards.
Mm-hmm.
And then like take my sword and like stab it into the rock.
Okay, give me an acrobatics and a strength.
Okay. Oh shit, that's a 9 and a 7.
Okay, so you do that, and you launch off the creature, and your sword jams into the rocky stone wall for just a second, and you slip, and off into space you fall.
No! No! My sword is still in the thing, or did it come with me?
It tumbled with you, but it's not in your arm, I would say.
Shit.
Do I think if I don't know how fast she's falling into space, but do I think that if I dive off, I can reach her?
You could, yeah. Is that what we're doing? Is that where we're going today? Let's see.
I'm gonna dive, try and just get a hand on Rayrel, and then thunder step us back.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Sure. Give me a check.
My
for
last
it.
3rd level spell to try and get us back.
Well,
okay.
All right. So I hope this works.
So what is Thunderstep?
So Thunderstep would be... It's my last 3rd level slot. It is... I teleport myself to an unoccupied space I can see within range. It's not that if there was anything around us where we teleported, it would take thunder damage. I can bring along objects, blah blah blah. I can also teleport one willing creature of my size or smaller.
Okay.
So essentially it's like a big old sonic boom, and then we would appear in a place.
Okay. And is there any check for your teleportation or no?
No, there's a saving throw for anybody that's like close enough to take damage, but the teleport just happens beyond that.
Okay. I would say you can teleport to the rock wall. You cannot teleport back to safety, though. So,
okay. I get us
roll
as far
for
as 90
damage
feet. It'll
against
take
Rayrel.
us back up the wall.
No,
Well, no, Rayrel doesn't take damage.
No, she doesn't.
So what
It's
what he's
anybody
doing
that's...
is
you're
he's
teleporting
like
to
diving,
her.
I'm
he's
jumping
diving.
to her.
Yeah.
No, I'm jumping to her, grabbing her, and we both teleport back. Anything that would be left around where that essentially takes the boot.
Okay. Alright, yeah, I would say though, because you are all falling, you do teleport onto the rock wall, and I am gonna ask for one last athletics check to keep your hold on.
Okay, from both of us?
Yes, and if either of you succeeds, I'll like, I know the DC, and if you make the DC, you're safe. Yeah, all of this is over.
Okay.
But if either of you fail, the one who fails is gonna tumble.
Okay. I rolled a 22.
Okay.
I rolled a 15.
Okay.
Which, shit, this is a check still, not a save, right?
This is a check.
Okay, yep, can't add the other thing, so just the 15.
So Rayrel, Soren has saved you,
Oh,
and now
I pop.
what?
Sorry, you go ahead, and then I will tell you what I just.
Yeah, and now Soren is tumbling into the void, and
It's as
he's too
as soon
far
as
gone to be saved.
Rayrel grabbed. Well, it's when Rayrel grabbed and the 15 wasn't enough. My blink spell went off, and I popped over to the ethereal plane. I rolled a 13 this turn.
Interesting. So now you're in the ethereal plane.
That
Yeah.
might have saved your butt, actually. Like, if,
Yeah, that saved your character, Soren.
I just disappeared.
Or that saved Soren's life. Like, that character would be trash mode if you had failed big time on that.
It's at least it worked one turn when it needed.
So how long can you stay in the ethereal plane is my question.
So it's, let me pull up the exact spell again. I think as soon as my next turn comes around, at the start of your next turn, if I'm still on the ethereal plane, I return to an unoccupied space of my choice that I could see within 10 feet of where I vanished.
10
So I can
feet?
essentially get a 10 feet jump
That's...
to something.
Yeah, you're like 30 feet out in space though, bud.
Once we were at the wall, and then I zapped. So maybe I come back 10 feet above where I was and try and grab the wall again.
wait, when he, like, zaps back, can I, like, try to, like, grab him?
Gosh.
Like,
This is how we go.
is this, can I do that?
So here's what I'm gonna say. Oh no, I don't have copyright use for that music.
Oh no.
No, I've there's a couple channels that are like, you know, royalty free you can use. So I want to make sure I don't get dinged for that. I'm gonna say Soren, I'm going to say that you plan on returning from the ethereal plane and, you know, come back to your friends and stuff, but something's holding you back. And something doesn't want you to leave the ethereal plane just yet. You feel like you've been invited inside.
This is. I'm just kind of talking to myself because Soren's so nervous. He's just talking to himself. Well, it's. I mean, I've never done this before, but I don't think this is how this is supposed to work.
No. So,
and it's.
You know, Rayrel, when Soren disappeared, you know, you've heard him talk about that spell. You've heard him studying late at night on the ship's galley with his spell books. And he said he was supposed to come back by now, but it's been about 30 seconds. He's still not back. Something's wrong.
So, Soren?
Soren!
So it's.
Soren! Where are you?
Yeah, because that's the thing. Because in the spell, it's on the ethereal plane. I see essentially like a misty version of the normal stuff.
Yeah.
So like I see and I hear this like muffled.
Yeah, you can see them yelling for you and wanting to get you back. But
And I'm just kind of like feeling around in space almost, like looking for
Mm.
Like, is there a physical portal I'm supposed to be going back to? I thought this just happened, but I'm like grabbing at air to try and like find a tear.
No, and then that's when you sort of, the scene shifts again, I would say. You find yourself, Soren, on a small demi-plane, very unfamiliar to you. And you... You see this sort of tall, elegant woman with beautiful wings sort of standing in this little demi-plane with you. And she's facing away from you and not really saying anything.
Ma'am, I don't mean to intrude. That's not been going well for me lately, but I'm hoping you might be able to help a person out. I'm hoping you're more pleasant than the last welcome I just received. Do you know where we are?
And you can hear her gently playing a harp in the distance.
Soren.
Oh.
Your name is Soren.
Yeah, it sure is.
Soren Belasco, of your long lineage.
Technically of that lineage. It's by name, at least.
A spawn of pirates from pirates, going back as far as history can tell.
Yeah, that's kind of their MO. Yep.
And the snake woman angel, she looks over at you finally. Now it's your turn. Your family's due for the heartbreak I have endured. It's your turn now, Soren.
I'm sorry, I don't even know your name.
My name? Elisandra of the White Veil. And the actions of your forefathers will not be forgiven today. It's not your time to die, Soren. But
I mean, that's reassuring.
it is time for you to begin paying forward for ancient misdeeds. And she comes forward to you, and her whole like snaky body kind of binds around you. And she gives you what appears to be a very simple looking green ring. No jewels on it, just a band. And she puts it on your hand.
Look, I'll be the first to tell you I don't know all of the things my family has gotten up to, and that's why I've separated from them. It's if you can tell me what happened, I would do what I can to make it right.
These ancient misdeeds will not be forgiven so easily. Your forefathers ripped forth the first holes in gray space, and were the first settlers from beyond the veil to come into this land. That is a transgression that will never be forgiven. So radically did you alter the entire history of what this crystal sphere was to be.
my family? You're sure about that? It's
Pirates and smugglers, all of them, Soren. I know them.
Oh, I'm not arguing that point. It's they, at least nowadays, they're not nearly that impressive. They're low-grade smugglers and pirates, but not with the power to move from world to world.
Those of great history fall from it all the time. You need only look at me. Would you like to know why your family is cursed the way they are?
I want to say yes, but I have a feeling I'm going to. Sir.
10,000 years ago, on the planet of Eberron, there was a clan known as the Belascos, brilliant riders of the sky vessels, the Spelljammers. One flew so high he entered the very astral plane itself and fell in love with a beautiful angel. She rejected his advances and fled far, far into space. He pursued her, and when she fled to gray space, her home, he ripped a hole in the crystal sphere itself to find his way to her, bringing forth the first interlopers from outside of the gray space realm. Your forefathers are the reason invaders from the outer planes can get into the sphere today. Your kin are to fault for the Illithid empire that existed in Greyhawk, for the Githyanki that purge so many, for the Nyogi that exploit and enslave. These ancient sins will never be forgiven. You can only do your best to make up for them. I will be watching Soren Belasco. And with that, Soren, you find yourself coming to. You're in the burnt out laboratory room. You're alive. You're breathing. You're at full health, like you had gotten a long rest. And
if the rest of the party's around, they hear Soren just yell out, like, "How? Tell me how." And
speak with the
presumably
three
to
sisters.
No answer. Oh, 3 sisters.
Or not 3 sisters. I think it's, yes, 7 sisters. And with that, the voice fades away, and you hear nothing. And you don't know how, Rayral, but from the other room, you hear Soren yelling.
Okay, do I still have to climb up?
No, you managed to get back. You're fine. You're on the side.
I'm going to run to the lab, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So you burst through and you see Soren standing there.
Yeah.
And he's sort of just yelling at the sky.
And I'm just like, where the fuck did you go?
I don't know. He's starting to, like, just break down and, like, have a panic attack at this. I don't know where I was. My family broke the world.
Your family broke the world?
They broke all the worlds.
Well, shit.
He's just probably more silent than you've ever seen him. Like, usually Soren's one to, like, just fill dead air with like stupid chit chat and just anything, but he's just staring into space.
I'm gonna just be like, okay, let's get back to our ship.
Oh, I feel my hand. Is that green ring still there?
The green ring is still very firmly affixed to your hand.
It was real. That was real.
What was
yeah,
real?
let's go. You
All
see
right.
him you see him pawing at his hand where this new green ring has shown up.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
And I think that with that, we're going to call it there for today. And
Woo!
we're going to see what happens to Soren and the rest, Rayrel, Candace, even Drew, next time
Even Drew.
when we go beyond Oerth. Have a good evening, everyone.
Thanks for watching.
Everyone, thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Remember to follow us for all the updates on our things and our bullshit.
Yep.
Bye.
All right.